Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to Intuitive Insights. Okay, so that is Seven of Swords. Okay. Influence, Seven of Pentacles. All right, so assessment is real heavy in your reading already. What is this? Ten of Wands? I bet it is. Then you have the Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles. Underlying energy is the Hermit. All right, so you need to come out. Aries they need to get out their feelings. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. So with having the Seven of Swords as your current situation, it is Uranus energy. It's Aquarius. And it's actually the third decan of Aquarius. So check this out. What your thing is, you need to pay attention to how things are. Things are not as they seem. When you get the Seven of Swords, do you need to be paranoid? No, but you need to look closer into what's going on. So whatever you got going on, because it's Uranus energy, I want to say it's dealing with people around you. Uranus is the energy of brotherhood. It's the energy of community, of liberation, of awakening. This is a energy that is so low. They do what they want to do. That's why they always come off, kind of like mysterious, weird, whatever you want to put on Aquarius. I love Aquariuses because they beat to their own drum and they take care of business. But they are the humanitarians of the zodiac because they really are about people, not following trends, just setting trends, kind of doing their own thing, naturally feeding the soul. So when it comes in as a 7, which is about assessing and protecting what you already got, pay attention to who's around you. If you sign in contracts, pay attention to the dotted line. This is something that's been heavy. So these are people or a situation that's been around you long term, because what's influencing is the Seven of Pentacles, something you've been dealing with a long time. So if you're dealing with neighbors, if you're dealing with a community in any shape, form, or fashion, work, this is people that's been around you in the 3D that maybe you really didn't care too much or put much heavy thought into it. But now it's like, okay, you're not really getting anywhere with these people. Are these people adding value to your life? Are they helping you or hindering you? That is what you need to think about. Because with the Ten of Wands, you could be surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of creative people, talented people, but you're not feeling complete. This is the energy of feeling burdened. This is the energy of having all that you desire at your disposal, but not necessarily utilizing them in the proper format. Do you understand? So what aren't you doing right? That's what's highlighting in your reading. Here, the advice, though, is the Knight of Cups. So you don't want to be a brute about the situation with your underlying energy being the Hermit. You don't want to be a brute about it. Because let me tell you something, Taurus. We could beat to our own drum, baby. And then it'll come out real sharp. Although we mean it with love and compassion, we'll say something that'll knock you upside your head and make you feel some type of way. And we don't mean that. You know what I mean? I'm with you. I'm your sister. I'm with you because I'm a Taurus too. And sometimes I'll say something and then I don't mean it that way, but it came off like real straight blunt. And I miss being compassionate about it. I miss, my delivery overshadowed the emotional impact that I wanted it to have. It hurt instead of helped someone. As in, I want you to be on my team. I want to bring out the best in you, but I'm being a brute about it. Don't be Dame Dash with people. You know what I mean? Kind of let people go, do their own thing. Don't micromanage. Be in the shadows. Be like Jay. You know how Jay-Z was with Rihanna? When Rihanna wanted to do the cake video or something like that, or a song she wanted to do with Chris Brown and she wanted to go back public, and Jay advised her not to do that. Well, I'm talking to you like you know hip hop. If you don't, now you're getting a little tidbit. But he advised her like, I wouldn't do that. I don't think that's good for the brand. And she did her own thing. He didn't kick off the record, the deal. He didn't turn his back on her. He let her fly. Like, hey, if this is your decision, I love you, but I don't think this is best for you. And he let her do a thing. Whereas Dame Dash would have jumped down her throat and be like, yo, you're not doing that. No, it's not good. We're not doing that. You understand? So in this situation, what you need to do is lead with more compassion. really wear your heart on your sleeve while you're dealing with these people. Because sometimes, let me tell you something, mental health is real. And sometimes people can be acting stank and funky and don't even see how they're moving. They don't. When people be talking about people are two-faced and funny acting, those people don't think they being two-faced and funny acting in that moment. And we don't give them the benefit of the doubt because, see, we thorough about how we move. We dot our I's and cross our T's. Ain't nothing funny acting about us bulls. You understand? But some people don't do that. You ever talk to somebody and be like, bro, you did say that. You said that. And they be like, no, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. I got the tip from you. You said that. I believed you. Now you going to renege like that because the spotlight's on you? Yeah, mental health is real. Now there is some cases where people do stuff and they just, stir in the pot. You have those individuals that stir the pot. But in this situation, you may have individuals that saying one thing to you in that moment, and in a few hours or a couple of days later, they might be saying something totally different. Pay attention how people move. Everybody is not perfect. But clearly in your circle, you have people that's close to you that you are trusting, you're being open and with. The cards are saying, tiptoe, be cautious. And if you understand what I'm saying, this is not like a guessing game for you. Spirit is heavy on you. Watch your tongue. Be careful with the promises that you're making. Hey, don't tell people, look, don't be telling everybody. My mama used to tell me, even in a relationship, you can't tell the left hand what the right hand do it. Was a pill. But the point is, like, you don't have to tell everybody everything, and you don't have to trust everybody with everything. And look, Taurus, I know that's hard for us because when we give our all to friends or even at a job, when we give our all, we're expecting to receive that in return. But you got to understand, everybody ain't like you. And that's what Spirit's saying heavily. And that's what these cards are saying. Everybody not like you. Handle them accordingly. Be cautious with them. But move with love. Just because you're like, you peep game. It's hard. It's hard once you see it. You can't unsee things. Like a lot of people are like, oh, once I know the truth. No. Once you know the truth, it will change the entire trajectory of your relationship with them. It's hard to know somebody tap dance funny and still move with them with compassion. That's hard to do. Now you're walking around with God shoes. Because, that's heavy. And no, we're not in that way. But you got to understand, he is the creator of all things. And he know how you going to move. He's cried more tears than you because he's hoping for the best with you. And he's giving you all these options. And you still making the wrong decisions. But he still rock with you. That's a hard thing to do. Unconditional love ain't easy. And once a Taurus love, we love heavy. So move with some compassion. Everybody always say, love your enemy like your first love and love your first love. Or admire or watch your enemy. Watch your first love like you'd watch your enemy. There you go. Love your enemy as you love your first love, and watch your first love the way that you would the movement of an enemy. That's what it is. Okay. Outcome though, it's if you take this advice, you will be stable, you will be grounded, but understand, seeing all things and still moving with compassion, still treating people genuine is really hard, but you can do it. All right. That's what I got for you, Taurus. Get out your comfort zone. This could have been a group of people because you got 3 of Pentacles here and you also got the Death at the bottom of the deck. So this could have been some individuals you could have been on the fence with, kind of thought, all right, you know what? This would be in the best interest for me to be involved with them. It is very beneficial. I can't really avoid them because I'm constantly around them anyways, 24/7. They in your day-to-day. These are people in your day-to-day. You're involved with them. So you have to collaborate with them, but seeing all is going to change the way you handle these people. You know what I mean? And that's okay. It took me 37 years to know it's okay. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay. I'll see you in the next reading. Oh, happy Mother's Day.